Battlefield 5 hasn't been out for that long, but it hasn't stopped the pilots from already finding a very effective way of raining down hell on those that fight beneath them. For those that played Battlefield 1, you'll all know about the Muromets, a slow, strong, heavy bomber that flattens everything it sees and requires very little skill to use. There aren't many people that actually like the Muromets or think that it is fair or balanced, and my guess is the same thing will be said about the bombers in Battlefield 5. I don't quite think they're on the same level as the Muromets, but they are definitely very, very strong and can cause absolute devastation to the infantry beneath them.
Yeah, they're all on the bridge, dude. All like directly on it. You've got a plane on you. Yeah, just go straight into the bridge.
Whatever your thoughts on the bombers are, there is no denying that these things are a very effective way of killing enemies, and will almost certainly be altered in an upcoming patch. In the meantime, I'm going to go over how you can be a deadly bomber pilot, and also, more importantly, how to take these pesky things out of the sky. A big thanks goes to my friend Eros for helping me out with some of these clips. He's a good pilot, he's got a YouTube channel, and he does stream as well. He's also on my Discord, so you can jump on there, the link can be found in the description, and you can talk to him further about the bombers if you have any questions. So starting out, what bomber am I using? I was on the side of the Axis forces using the Ju-88. I've included some clips of the plane only with the loadout that you get given at the start of the game, so that way you can see what you're capable of without any upgrades. But once you do upgrade the plane, you can apply some specializations. You need to be level 4, I believe, in order to get the 4 separate specializations, and on screen you can see how the best way, in my opinion, is to set it up. 16 times 50 kilogram bombs, very important in order to smash the enemy team. You need loads of bombs in order to smash loads of infantry. Having field repair is also important because you can fix little things that break with your plane. The dive brakes are important as well because they can increase your pitch rate, which can be important if you're doing a bombing run. And then the big ones, the 2 times 1000 kilo bombs. You could also go the other way and opt for the 4 times 500 kilogram bombs. They could be better if you are one of those people that like to have a bit of a spread out bombing run, but if you're just focusing on one target and on one flag, this is the thing to do. Now, a couple of things that I think DICE really will do with this bomber in order to balance it. I think more than likely they're going to have a larger cooldown on gaining more bombs. So when you fly back to your base and go and restock, it might take at least 30 seconds before you can restock properly. This would slow down the effectiveness of the bomber and make you actually think about what you are choosing to bomb. A lot of the time you will just fly over a flag, drop your bombs. If you get no kills, you get no kills. If you get 10 kills, you get 10 kills. So I think that's probably what they'll do, and maybe tone down the effectiveness of the bombs overall. Now, the most important part of the video for some people, how can you actually take these bombers out of the sky? Well, of course, you do get flak. Flak is important to operate in order to take down air vehicles, but for the most part, the bombers aren't actually that strong. If you're in another bomber and you're trying to shoot another bomber on the enemy team, it can be difficult. You haven't got the firepower, and unless you have an accurate gunner on the back, the enemy bomber can just heal up. If you're in a fighter, however, as you can see in the background, it's not too difficult. I spot a bomber in the distance, and then I decide to chase him and take him out. Here are a few different tactics as a fighter pilot to take down bombers. Now, firstly, I would suggest staying away from the tail gunners. It seems like an obvious one, but the amount of people that chase bombers or chase planes with rear tail gunners is really high. What you want to be doing is fighting from above if you can, making sure you stay out of the way, or just backing off if the gunner has you in his sights. Attacking from height or making sure you can bail out from a dogfight if you start taking damage is one of the most important things in the fighters. It's essential to keep your altitude as high as possible, so attacking from above is also the main thing I would say you should try and do. Attacking from the side can also be great as the gunners can't get an angle on you. The worst thing you can do, as I mentioned, is just sit behind and let the gunners demolish you. You also need to make sure that you've upgraded your fighter as much as you can. This will take you a bit of time, of course, but it is important nonetheless. So the most overpowered thing I've found in Battlefield 5 is certainly the bomber. I'll leave you with a bit of gameplay in the background. This was recorded from Eros for the most part, so you've got the comms in there as well, and I was in the other bomber or in the gunner seat at the time. very entertaining stuff watching the enemies getting flattened, but I can completely understand that some people might think this needs patching. I am one of those people. It does need to be balanced. But let's wait a little while to see how the game plays out. Not everyone is even playing the game yet, so it is important to make sure that it is a proper decision from DICE and not a knee-jerk balance, as we've seen them do in the past. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
With the plane, I can fly to like ridiculous altitude and still be accurate with the bombs. You know, like.
Oh, you don't do Ross.
Oh, God.
Pardon? Yeah, I'm responding to comments. Frantically typing.
Is it where you going? What?
Lol.
I wonder if the enemy team get a plane. Hate this stupid vines. You should be able to